guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. It's Luke here. Apologies for the lighting. I don't know what's happened in my house today. The lighting's really poor today. Just a quick little video, quick live chat to talk about yesterday's game. It's the first chance I've had to, get online and have a talk about the game yesterday. Straight after the game, really busy, and then this morning obviously work and stuff. So it's the first time I've been able to get on. What a fantastic result yesterday. In a game that we could have easily slipped up on, a classic, a West Hamitis game there to be, slipped up on basically. Obviously David Moyes, master of the, the cloak, smoke and mirrors, wall over our eyes, etc. Obviously, to see Cresswell back in the team was fantastic. We needed that. That was a massive boost for us yesterday. Obviously, Cresswell, Dawson, Diop, Soufal, no Soucek, and no Noble either. So, the fact that Crowell wasn't picked, added more fuel to the fire in terms of, has Crowell got a future at West Ham? I don't think so. There is also an argument, would you play two central defensive midfielders against Norwich? Probably not. So, there's two sides to looking at that. Great to see Lanzini still in the team. Vlasic, gets his chance now. Bowen, listen, there's loads to talk about with him today. And obviously Antonio up front. And nice to see Pablo Fornells back in the team. Started the game really well. Obviously Bowen, his first chance of the game, straight to the goalkeeper. That man could have had 6-7 goals yesterday. He was that good yesterday. We looked really good at times, just a little bit frustrating that we weren't putting the chances away. Corners wasn't really up to much. And then there was that big moment where Tim Krul pulled down Vlasic. For me, it's a penalty all day long. I don't see what is not a penalty there. Krul tried to make it, half of one, 6 a dozen of the other. But he was pulled down. And for me, I personally think we should have had a penalty there, but wasn't given. Obviously, as the game went on, there was a part, obviously, where we Bowen had a goal disallowed as well. Obviously, the corner was played to him. He whips it in, and it went straight through. And it was it Antonio or Vlasic was offside? Obviously, just went to go with a header. And obviously that was deemed enough to have been, enough to put off the goalkeeper, and that was disallowed. But thankfully, a few minutes later, obviously Jarrod Bowen did get his goal, good header. Cresswell obviously pinged the ball in. Bowen missed the initial first header. Ball came back out to Soufal. Soufal whipped the ball in, and Bowen puts it in. This man, as the song goes, is on fire. Absolute joy to watch at the moment. The work rate, decision making, the finishing, the technique. Outstanding yesterday. 1-0 half time, really happy. Obviously, after the second half, I thought again we played really well. It was nervy, at 1-0. It's always a nervy situation that they only need one mistake or one goal, and then they're back in the game. And it nearly did come. Obviously, the guy called was it Ital, something like that. Stung Fabianski's hand, pull off a fantastic save. Sign of a top goalkeeper. One chance they had in the game, he pulled off the save, which was amazing. We hit the bar, we hit the post. Bowen's one that hit the bar was amazing. Went through, chipped the goalie. Very unlucky. You had Antonio had the turn shot in the box. Very unlucky with that one. And then Masuaku obviously come on. All of us were sighing, but he came on, assisted the goal for Bowen. 2-0, game over. What we needed. The second goal totally, ended any chance of they're not going to score 3 goals against us. Very unlikely they was going to score 2 against us, considering they've only scored 8 all season. Jarrod Bowen, unbelievable last night. Absolutely unbelievable. There's a stat going around there. Been involved in 18 goals. 8 goals, 10 assists, over 30 games. And I believe it was Rashford, Sancho, and I cannot remember who the other player was for the life of me, an England player, that if you put them all together, so Rashford, Sancho, and this other guy, they still would not be the numbers that Jarrod Bowen is putting in. Would love to see him get an England call up. I think he really deserves it. And it's another message to Rice, that Bowen, he can get in the England team as well. Also, selfishly, as a West Ham fan, if we were to sell him at some point, which I don't want, if we were to sell Bowen at some point, if he's got a few England caps by that point, you get the England tax, which automatically, just for playing for England, you get an extra 15, 20 million put on your price tag, which is, all good for West Ham if he can get that England call up, which I would love to see. I thought Vlasic was fantastic last night as well. Bits of turning, takes the ball in tight spaces. Fornals was pinging some lovely balls as well. Rice, I love the way he spreads the play now. Always looking for, Cresswell, looking for Fornals last night, driving the team forward. And back into fourth, which is, brilliant. Obviously, yes, Arsenal have a game in hand. Tottenham have a few games in hand, but, the points are on the board for us. That's the most important thing. 3 points away from, that safety. I know we're safe anyway, but, I've always been on this channel talking about progress. The progress for me is the fact that West Ham can say for the last 2 years, they've been safe by February. That, for me, is progress. We haven't got that fear of relegation for 2 seasons after having, such, lackluster seasons and, droll DOS seasons where we're looking over our shoulder. The fact that we can now say, 2 seasons we've been safe, and hopefully, we carry on up there, still in the Europa League, still in the FA Cup. That game's now on telly, the FA Cup game, 12:30. It's brilliant. It's just fantastic. It's a joy to be a West Ham fan at the moment, and if Zuma can come back for the Manchester United game in a couple of weeks, brilliant. Brilliant. Let's go in the comments now, guys. Thank you for commenting along. Farmer Chris says, Luke. I'll say Farmer Chris back. Good afternoon, Luke. It wasn't champagne performance, but the result is all about. Listen, Matt, mate, if we get that level of results every single game, I couldn't care less about performance. It's about getting them wins now. We've got, 17 games left. Got to try and average that 2 points a game ratio, and then we would get Champions League football. Obviously, Arsenal, Tottenham this weekend as well. Massive game, draw for that one would be good. We grinded out, got the result. Could have been a real banana skin. It could have been, mate. I was really, really nervous for the game, I have to say. This could have been a game for Crowell to play, as you said, Luke. I definitely want to see more of Crowell. Good to see Cresswell and Fornals, but it certainly was, mate. That was, a nice boost to see Cresswell. I thought Cresswell weren't going to be back until the Watford game in a few weeks' time. But actually see him there, playing well, putting the balls in, looking fit the whole time. Brilliant. Bowen should have got a match ball. He definitely should. Ashby Johnson and Crowell need to be used more. Didn't see the point of Yarmolenko coming off for 10 minutes, seconds. He did nearly score though, didn't he? 100% draw. Hopefully Zuma is back for Leeds or United. It's sounding like United, Matt. Clean sheet as well, which improves their goal difference, which could be different. Very, very true. Do you think Moyes is doing it on purpose to get on Yarmolenko's nerves last minute? So possibly, mate, possibly. All I would say now going forward is I would like to see a couple of players come in, just to give that squad a little bit more of a lift and just give us that little bit extra. At least then we can say we tried. And I'm not saying that David Sullivan, we tried and didn't sign no one. I'm talking that we tried, to go for gold in terms of top 4. If it doesn't work out, at least, we tried and they gave Moyes their backing. Loads and loads of names, being linked. Obviously, we're starting to see a few signings now for other clubs. Coutinho, Lucas Digne, Chris Woods and Trippier, obviously all gone to Newcastle. So a few smatterings of signings are starting to happen now. So hopefully, by a Man United game, maybe not the Leeds game. Obviously, they'd have to be registered Friday, tomorrow, so that's not going to happen. But by the Manchester United game, hopefully, we've got someone in. With Zuma coming back now, with Cresswell hopefully being fit now to the, hopefully end of the season. It looks like a centre back may not be the priority. Centre back might be a loan rather than a buy now, so all the funds can go towards a striker. My only fear. If it was just Sullivan in charge, obviously it's this Kretensky guy as well now. If it was just Sullivan, my only fear would be that he may come out of a line of Lanzini scoring, Bowen scoring, Antonio scoring again. We don't need a striker. That's the talk we don't want to hear. I don't want to be hearing that. I want to be hearing, yeah, we need more. You know, we need another person who can score goals. That's my only fear going forward with that. Do you think? I've read that one. Sorry, mate. Pablo, Yama gets an appearance bonus. Sure, it's agreed. I really can't see anyone coming in. We'll see. We'll see, mate. We'll see. It's got a little bit quiet. My next 5 games are Leeds, United, Watford, Leicester, Newcastle. How many points do you think we should get? 12 to 13. Well, I said Watford, Leeds, and Norwich last night. We need to be aiming for a minimum of 9 points. One more win if we were to beat Leeds a week. And it's not going to be as easy as Norwich, and I don't think it'll be as easy as the cup game either. But if we were to win that one, then we're real bang on form. And then in terms going forward, shouldn't be fearing Manchester United. I don't think they'll be bringing in anyone, of any exceptional fear factor in this window. They've still got big players, Ronaldo, etc. There's something seriously wrong with that club at the moment. Watford should have enough to do. Watford at home. Leicester, always an up and down game. You don't know what Leicester's going to turn up. I would take a draw in the Leicester game. That's probably the hardest game out of them, to be honest with you. Even United, I would say Leicester away is probably the harder game. But we have got a good record there. Newcastle, it depends how these signings fit in. Obviously they booked Chris Woods, a guy who loves scoring goals against us. If Callum Wilson's fit for that game, they've got 2 players that love scoring goal against us. I believe between them is something like 20 games and 18 goals against West Ham, those 2. So that's the only fear I have with that one. We need another centre-back. Oggy is not getting any young. Yes, but I think it might be a loan in January, and they can maybe put it off until the summer now, the big one. Instead of going big now, they might now, with Zuma coming back fitter and quicker, they might be able to put that on a back burner. That's not me, that's just my opinion. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. Matt says, Luke, would you lose respect? Yes, 100%. If you join them, I lose respect for you. I can't have that. There's an opportunity to join West Ham, who are a real progressive, up and coming, good projects, good players, good players around now. There is arguments, Conte, fantastic manager, but how long is Conte going to hang around for? That's another question altogether as well. Matt, I think 12 to 13, no one scares me. Yeah, I'm back to that mindset again of, I'm not scared of teams again. I did go through December where I was thinking, I don't know, like every game looks hard again. But yeah, we'll see. Oi, nice one, Glenn, the man, same here. Leicester have no defenders and a few cups of nations. Yeah, very true, yeah, mate. Yeah, obviously, with the game not being there here and now, obviously the research is not there for the Leicester game. Obviously, I'll do the Leeds preview. I know JP's put his up. I can see him in the chat there. JP's Leeds preview's up. Mine will go up probably Saturday afternoon. I'll probably do one Saturday afternoon. JP says, good evening all. The Spuds link is paper talk, apparently. Evening, everyone. Yeah, so that was it really, guys. I just wanted to talk about last night's game. I wasn't, this wasn't going to be a huge long show. It was just purely because I didn't get the chance to do it last night because just, things happen, daughter's asleep by then. I don't want to be too loud and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, huge thank you to everyone who's watched this live. I am going to just wrap it up there, guys. It's not going to be a long one. Probably a more longer one at the weekend if me and Paul can get together and do a podcast. But yeah, check out the preview for the Leeds game, which will go out on Saturday. If any transfer news major happens, obviously, the videos will be out there as soon as possible. But yeah, if you are desperate for a Leeds preview, you are desperate, to start getting excited for that Leeds game, please go and check out my mate JP, WHU TV's channel. His preview is already up. I'll play the same 11 against Leeds, and we are massive. Right, yes, I'm not going to go into the Leeds game because that's a completely different show. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying watching West Ham. We are massive. Bowen's on fire, and keep believing. We're still in that top 4 race, and until we're out of it, you've got to keep believing. Come on, you irons. Let's go.